All right. Hello, everybody. I look like a mess. So I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys what happened with Wales English. So at midnight Beijing time, Wales English closed their doors and they did not notify parents ahead of time. They didn't notify teachers ahead of time. Parents are all very, very, very upset because suddenly they log into their classroom and there is no longer, like, all of the classes have been wiped and nobody was talking to them. I've been talking to some parents that take classes at Wales and parents who take classes in other companies. And the ones that take classes at Wales obviously are very upset. They were just prompted to buy new packages and then boom, the company's gone and they can't get refunds. They can't reach out to anybody. They are all out of whatever hard-earned money they put into the Wales platform. If you're coming in, if you want to say hi, let me know in the chat who's here because I see there's some people here. So the parents and the teachers that were either teachers or students of Wales English are all obviously very upset. All of the teachers lost their jobs overnight, essentially. All of the parents lost all of the money that they invested overnight. A lot of the parents are very, very worried that this is going to happen to other companies. And I also wanted to note, now this is a projected estimates. It's just talk amongst the parents, and I can't say that it's for sure going to happen when it's going to happen. But the main thought is that weekend classes are going to stop in September. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this, I don't know if it's going to happen like immediately in September or when, or if some companies are going to be grandfathered into it, like to keep going. I don't know. All I know is this is what the parents are talking about. They haven't gotten any notification from any companies, but they're all under the general consensus that their children will no longer be able to take classes in September on the weekends. So for any companies that are still going, a lot of these parents, you're probably, I don't want you to think that like you're like, okay, I'm getting a lot of classes right now. I'm getting new students. I'm getting a lot of classes. I see this being talked about a lot. And a lot of these parents are afraid that they're going to lose their packages. So, they're afraid that what just happened to Wales is going to happen to them. So they are trying to use up their packages as fast as they can by taking a class every single day if they have to. So normally maybe they would only take a class every week, but now they're taking classes every single day because they don't want to be out of luck here when the companies close and may or may not give them a refund. Some of the companies are giving refunds, but they're only giving like 50% refunds to the parents. So what they're planning on doing, like what all the parents are doing right now, is they're looking for teachers that can, yes, Wales is in China. They're it's not like working anymore. They just closed everything. But you guys are probably going to be getting a lot of classes over the next couple of weeks because these parents are trying to use up their packages frantically as fast as possible. And I don't want you to be under the wrong impression that just because you are getting all these classes, that means everything is fine. Because I've seen that being talked about a lot, where people are like, oh, well, I've got new students. I got a ton of new students. Like my schedule is like full. I've got more classes than I ever have before. And I've seen it from both sides. I've seen teachers saying like, oh, my schedule is looking very bleak and it's sad. And then I've seen people saying like, I keep getting classes, like I'm good. Please do not look at that way. Don't look at that as a hopeful, we're going to be okay. And I don't want to be a doomsday person. I really don't. Like, I hate coming on here and telling you guys this, but I think that it's important that you know. I don't want you to come on here like thinking like, okay, I'm getting these classes, like everything's going to be fine. They made this announcement. I've got new students, like all the teachers are leaving the platform. So now I'm getting their students and everything's going to be okay, because that's not the case. Unfortunately, you're getting new students because these parents are trying to use up their packages as soon as they possibly can, by taking classes every day when they would normally only take classes once a week, or once every other week, or twice a week, or whatever. So the parents don't trust the companies. They don't trust any of these companies. I think there's a pretty decent amount of trust for VIP Kid. But I think for the rest of the companies, I've heard a lot of, they're not communicating with us. So just like the head teachers are not talking to you guys as teachers, they're not talking to the parents, and the parents of customers. They're not talking to, they're not answering their questions. They're not issuing refunds. They're ignoring them, not telling them what's going on, or giving them just the very vague, they're vague booking it, kind of like what a lot of the companies did with the teachers, right? So Karen said, no matter what business you're in, it's a good idea to have multiple streams of income. This is the time to diversify. That is so true. There is I can't give credit where credit's due when I'm live, but they say that the richest people in the world, they have 7 streams of income. So that's kind of been something that I've always held close in my heart, is that lucky number 7. But yeah, I just want to come on here really quick, let you guys know, find something. These companies are going on hiring freezes. A lot of the companies that are still hiring, they may be planning hiring freezes that we're not aware of yet. We've already seen a couple of companies go on hiring freezes. And other companies are closing their doors. Now, it's not all a bad thing, because this is going to force a lot of teachers to be entrepreneurs. Now you guys are going to be, your own bosses and make your own schedules and not have to pay fines when you get sick. And it's going to force you out of your comfort zone. It's going to teach you to maybe go with another platform that works better for you, or do something, create a business, do something. You guys all have the skills, and I want to see you guys use those skills. But it's just super, super important to not take something your today's bookings, okay, I've got a ton of bookings, because first of all, you don't know how long those bookings are going to last. Those parents might be taking classes, maybe you only see them once a week, but they might be taking classes 7 days a week with 6 other teachers, so they can use up their packages as soon as possible, so that they don't have any classes left in September. The companies could close just like Wales did, just like GoGo Kid did. The companies could close overnight without any warning and just leave you without an income. And I really do hate telling you this. This is not something I want to tell you, and I don't want to be like that doomsday person. I kind of feel like that doomsday person coming on here, but you need to look at the facts. This is what's happening. And it's not anything that any of us like, but it is reality, and you have to face reality. This is what's happening. You need to face reality and figure out what you're going to do, because you also don't know if these companies are going to pay you. What action do you have if they just decided one day that we're closing and we're not going to pay you? They are not even giving refunds to their paying clients in their own country. So it's just, everyone has to make their own decision what they want to do. I am currently making a video right now. I'm working on the training for my cool class to teach teachers how to be successful on the platform. I'm currently working on my own training for my own website to teach teachers how to do this. And I'm writing a YouTube video script right now to show you guys how I have learned how to go independent using, bringing in students from China. And I also want to remind you, online teaching is not dead. It's not going anywhere. And China is not the only country that has students in it. Even if you do want to teach ESL, China's not the only country that doesn't speak English, and they're not the only country that's going to hire you as an English teacher. So keep your heads up, keep moving forward. Everything is going to be okay. but it's not going to be okay if you just sit there and let the tornado swirl around you until you're stuck in the middle and you have no idea what to do. Like, it's time to get out of that whirlwind now. Like, you need to jump ship, figure out what you want to do, figure out something that's going to work for you. Because right now, the longevity of these Chinese companies, it's not there unless something drastically changes. And I guess that's a possibility. So if you don't want to burn bridges, don't burn bridges. But unless something drastically changes, there is no longevity there. And I don't see it drastically changing for the good. I really hate saying this kind of stuff. Like, I'm not going to lie. I don't like coming on here and saying, like, you know, you are all at risk of losing your job. You could wake up tomorrow and have no students. You could wake up tomorrow and, you know, not have a job anymore. I don't like saying that, but I do think that it is really, really, really important. Thank you, Letty. I do think that it's very, very important that you realize and you recognize that things are changing. And when things change, no matter how much we don't like change, we have to change along with it, especially when you're working with different countries and different cultures and different laws, especially when you're working with technology, especially when you're working with education. All of those things are constantly changing and you have to move along with them. I have faith in you. I know you guys can do it. If there's any kind of content that you want to see on this channel, let me know. And I will do my very best to get it here for you. If you have any questions, I'm just an email away. It's Jillian@koalateachers.com. Or you could join the Facebook group, which I think the link should be in the description box below. It should be. I'll have to double check after this video. It will be if it's not. Or you could join the Facebook group. That's a really easy way to connect to myself and other teachers. There are a lot of other Facebook groups out there that you can join. I know this is a really, really hard time for everybody. And it's just not, it's not something that any of us wants, but it is something that we all have to learn how to deal with. And I'm here for you. if you need a shoulder to cry on or whatever, just don't scream at me. I've gotten my share of hate in the past week, and I realized that my skin is not as thick as I thought it was. And I will let you guys know that there are no how would you say it, like ulterior motives for me coming on here and telling you guys this. I know a lot of people think that I'm doing this for bad reasons. I think it's just because right now, I think a lot of people want someone to blame and someone to yell at. And I've become that person for a lot of people. And I don't hate you for it. But please recognize that I'm a person too. And I don't have to come on here and tell you about different companies. I don't have to come on here and tell you what I'm learning. I don't have to try to connect you back to yourself. I don't have to do any of that. I just do it because I want to help you guys, like legitimately. So anyways, I'm going to take off here. I'm going to finish working on my other YouTube video so I can put that up. It's about going independent, teaching independent, which I'm really excited about. I did it. I had no intention of going independent, and suddenly I'm an independent teacher. I had no, like, it just kind of like came to me. It's really not as hard. As long as you know, like, some basic things, it's really, really not as hard as you think it is. Like I'm saying, like, I accidentally went independent and wasn't really expecting that to happen, but it's cool. Like, I'm learning more things, and then the more things I learn, the more things I can tell you guys, right? All right, I'm taking off here. Bye, guys.